start our morning. Oh, there we go. We start our morning, we align the turntable, disconnect the battery charger, unplug the charger, we proceed to bring the engine out. Unlock the turntable, rotate, engage the lock plate. When we're out on a work party day, what I'm doing is I'm listening and I'm feeling the track. And I'm feeling for dips and divots and anywhere where it leans, and that tells me where we need to go and look at the track and possibly fix it. We're gonna go down to the car barn, we're gonna get our work cars with all of our necessary tools, and then we're gonna use the rails to get to where we're gonna fix today.
All right.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning. That's simplistic too.
Our switches?
Yeah.
Very, very simple. There's an arm that goes underneath, and we made these two little aluminum blocks with a spring and a slider. And so when you throw the switch, it pulls the switches over, but because there's the springs, that allows them to be spring loaded as well.
Yeah.
So if we're going through a switch that's designed to back up, we don't necessarily have to set it, because it'll just spring back and forth, and it makes life really easy. Cars are what we use for any work on the railway, and it has essentially all the tools we need and all the supplies we need. Instead of traditional couplers, we use steel drawbars because these cars rarely ever get taken apart from each other.
Yep.
So to make it simple, we just use drawbars so they're always permanently connected and as one unit as needed. Those are just my cordless power tools in case we need them. But this will have our levels, our shims, and our string lines. This one will have spare ties, spare material, spare switch accessories, our fancy lifting block. And then in here I have track gauges, metal ties, rebar pins, and all of our specialized rakes and shovels that we need. So now let's go to the job site. In the molly shed right there, we also have a gas-powered compressor that's on a car.
Yeah.
We also have a gas-powered packer on a car. So if we wanted to go, if we were to lift the rails and wanted to repack it and make sure the ground is good and firm, we have our own portable packer as well.
So is a packer like a roller, or?
It's one of those vibration packers that they use on construction sites.
Yeah.
The other thing I do is I watch the cars in front of me when I do this. And I watch for them leaning and rocking and rolling, and that also tells me where to go or what to fix. You were gonna ask a question. See, I could feel back there the track drops quite significantly.
Yeah. That's an issue.
That's an issue. Not a huge issue. I sort of, as I find things, I categorize them. What do I have to fix now? What can I do next week? What can I do in the off season when I have much more time? So we're gonna be working right here. I just gotta figure out where. Yeah, I'm just gonna pull forward a bit here. I think where I wanna work is right there.
Okay. There's a join there.
Yeah, and that's what I gotta. So what I'm looking for is if it's level across the top, and then I want to see if it's level inside. And then I want to grab the old 4-foot level. And lay that on it.
Looks level. Oh, almost level. A little bit out.
But what I want to look for here is, what I'm looking for right here is right here.
Right.
Making sure that they don't drop off.
I think they are a little bit, aren't they? Or
they're a little bit, not horrendous. There's a little bit of a dimple there. I'm gonna grab my little level. And then honestly, I just do it the old school way. I get a stick or something and just see. We're going downhill here.
right.
I'm
right.
not actually checking for level. I'm checking for how straight it is along here.
Right.
And I can see there's a little bit of a gap right
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
but not. There's a little bit of a gap there, but nothing major. It's transitioning good. But you notice the boards.
Yep. Oh, I see that.
That board's not secured.
Yes.
So that one's not either. So we have tools. In these drawers, we in theory have everything we need. So for that, I want the big screws. The big screws we hide in here. So this car with
Yep.
our generator and our drill press and a bench grinder, and there's an angle grinder in there. Again, we kind of make sure we have everything we need. This is what we lubricate all of our switches with to make sure that they move freely and easily. I keep multiple cans of that. Quick pruning saw. If a tree branch comes down during a run day, I can quickly come and grab that with my saw. And then personally, I have a little toolkit here that I bring with me. And put some pressure on it. Get that rock out of there. And I wasn't happy about this one either. Nope, that needs a definite... And what we're doing here is making sure that the boards stay flush so that any train that comes along, the boards aren't high and they don't catch on anything. So we want to make sure that they're always below the railhead. So for packing the gravel, if we do have the compressor car out, I've built a prototype tool so that using an air hammer, we can straddle the rail and pack the gravel faster and more efficient. For larger jobs, we would do that. We have a gas-powered compressor on a car that we bring out. For a little small spot job like this, simple hand tools, couple of guys, like if you three were out here this morning, this would have taken half the time. It's a lot faster. So the way we've built the railway and the way we maintain it is we have little things to repair. We have no major projects. We don't need major armies of construction at this point. We're in a maintainer mode. So I use the analogy all the time. You're not building a house every week. You're fixing the step in your house. You're fixing the switch panel. You're doing little maintenance things that just need to be done. So we can put this away.
You guys don't mind being on video?
No.
You'll be on Rogers Community TV?
Okay, cool.
I built this in 20 minutes in my garage using scrap metal I had lying around. So if this fails miserably and doesn't work, I don't care.
Yeah.
If it works, it works. And that's the benefit. You know, we experiment all the time. We build things. Now we use the fancy rake. Oh, actually, here comes Claude. Okay, now the other really good thing about track work like this is him. I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna watch now.
Okay, say that again.
Now we're gonna come over here and we're gonna watch him come through. Right there. So I can see it from here. It's still, this is nice and smooth now, but I can see that joiner. Matt, you want to grab that 2-foot level? Yeah. Actually, grab the 4-foot. Or if you want to, you guys want to grab it. Right away, you can see that these two tracks are almost level right here. And then very, very quickly,
Wow.
you can see how much this one drops off. Now that's not the problem. It's we want it nice and smooth. That's what we're seeing. So you can see these two tails. See the gap in the middle there now.
But see, what I'm talking about is right here. Is that riding too high?
Oh yes, it's riding on the joiner.
Yeah.
The joiner's too tall.
Yeah.
So you need to peel that off and grind it down, eh?
Well, the joiner's just aluminum. That'll just wear off. What I'm concerned about right here is, like I said, if I hold this level right here, I shouldn't be able to do that. I can feel there's a gap that starts right about there and runs to about there. And it's true on both. So right now I want to pick up these two joiners. Okay, so we are going to replace these two joiners with brand new joiners and brand new hardware. And at the same time, we're going to use my lifting bar to try and stress the rails and level them out. Right there, because we're replacing these two aluminum joiners. So if you just want to scrape that way, scrape that way, just so we can get our hands underneath and have a bit of a workspace. I forgot your name already, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Who? Patrick. You're going to come over here. You're going to help me grab the special tool. Beast of a lifting bar. So for now, let's just place it over here. You continue down. We just need to dig out under the rail as well, please.
All right.
These are very old bolts that have been in there for a long time, so we just go medieval on them. And we break them. But we don't care, because we're going to replace them with all new anyway. You can see that's a very old joiner, really lightweight aluminum. And then the one thing we realized a few years ago is that when you buy angled, you get that little tiny kerf down here from the process. And which way we can get in here?
You're on the bolt.
Oh.
Try for the outside one first.
The trick is he knows that's my impact gun, so that'll strip it awfully fast if he's not careful. You keep hand tightening.
Yep.
You come over there.
Okay. Sorry.
Because,
all good.
Sorry.
Because while Matt's
Things
working, scoot onto the rails. While Matt's working there, I can take apart this one. And again, the benefit of having suppliers and vendors is I get a lot of hardware cheap through my work. So we never try and reuse. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Right? And then what we're doing here is you'll notice we put washers and we have nice long bolts.
Here.
What's up? That joiner seems flush to the top. It's just perfect. Okay, so we don't need these. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave them all loose, because then we're going to put the lifting jack in, stress the rails, let it sit, then tighten them, and then let it relax. You good? So now what I want to do is see where Matt, grab the 4-foot.
Here, I'll get it.
Okay. Now I got to figure out where to put those. Okay, so if I take the 4-foot, where does it drop off?
As it gets to the ends.
Like, is it? I got a gap in there.
No. Down a little further.
Yeah.
The gap starts about here.
A little bit further, I think.
About there.
About there.
Okay. So we're gonna put 1 foot about there, and then on the back side here.
I can't see there.
Okay, so we're gonna go tie. We're gonna go tie to tie. So what we do is we grab this gizmo.
Okay, let me get
Yep.
over here.
Yep.
Let me get over here. Okay.
So I want to center that on the joiner. So I just lay it down. Just put it down, Matt. And then we adjust the feet as necessary and go right on top of the tie and lock it in. So now we are on the rails putting direct force. We then do that. Bring that down just a little bit. Pick up the plate. I want to do this. So now the people on the side tell me when I'm over level, which I feel like I am.
Yeah.
So now I give it another turn, and I let it sit. So now you can see what we're doing. We're gonna overstress it. Then we're gonna snug up the joiners, and then we're gonna release it. So in theory, that we should end up with a level or close to level. And then at the same time, yeah, we'll grab our packing bar, jam a bit of gravel under it, and call it done. And that's about it. We usually let it sit for about half an hour. So realistically, we got nothing to do right now. So it stays, and that's how slick our switches are as they're spring loaded. I go the other way. So what that means is that, so where we are right now, this switch is set to go. If I wanted to go down the hill, I could throw this switch, and then as we back all the cars through it, the switch will, every time the axle comes along, spring over. Then we can just stop and go forward, and we don't have to get out and throw the switch again. They do not use this on real life trains. Yeah, real size trains do not have spring loaded switches. That would destroy things.
Yeah.
And we hand designed and built all these little mechanisms. And then as I was saying earlier, to make this easier so you don't have to get off your train all the time, this is my highly certified, engineered, NASA certified piece of plastic pipe. So now as you come up on the train, because you can see the train's 8 feet, 9 feet long, and then you're sitting on it, I can roll up here, take my foot, and not have to get off the train, throw the switch, rock and roll.
Nice.
And we have a few of these throughout the track, just at specific spots where it's worthwhile. Other switches, you don't need to do it.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is we want to tighten up what are called the fixed joints first. And there's coffee.
You want them nice and tight, right?
The fixed joints go snug, go tight, yep. So here, I'll show you. So cinch it up with the power. Yeah. Okay. And then give it a quarter turn.
Right.
So I hold it up here.
I almost always forget the turn.
There. Quarter turn is good. In this case, I'll start down here. Quarter turn, you're good. Now, these ones.
I remember about these.
I normally do these ones by hand. That's, I want a little tiny bit less. I want to be able to take this side. Yeah. And give it a little bit of play.
So those ones you want to be a bit looser?
Yeah, because they're in the slider.
Yeah. So
They're designed for heat expansion.
yeah.
And you want to be able to, yeah, that's why we use nylocks. And that's a little too snug. There we go. Now, in theory, if I take my 2-foot level, I back this off. Now my assistant on the low side will tell me, are we...
And the bubble's like halfway over.
Don't, I'm not concerned about level.
Yeah,
At
the gap.
At this point, okay, so we are, I can rock the level this way,
Yeah.
which is perfect. I want the joint a little bit high,
Yeah.
which that one feels we're a smidge low still, but that's fine. What I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna put about one pull, about 3/4 pull on the jack. And then I'm gonna come in come in like that. Come back. Just give me 30 seconds. Now we'll take the jack stud off again. We are a little rock, that's perfect. And pretty much dead level on that one, aren't we? Perfect. No, because the very last thing we do is we eventually get to use the fancy rake. And that's what the fancy rake does, is it allows us to hold the gravel, make it look nice. Now we make it look pretty. And that's a crash course in track work. Let's pack up our tools.
Alrighty.
What kind of tools can I bring next time? Donate?
We're doing pretty good.
Okay.
There's my zap straps. There's my big wrench. And then all of our joiners are 1/4-inch bolts.
Yep.
So buried in here. Yeah, so here's the spring-loaded switch. So
Yeah.
the next switch is not set for the direction we're going, but because it's spring-loaded,
Yeah.
we just roll right through.
Yeah.
Okay, that should be enough space. So here you can see they're pushing passenger cars back in.
Yep.
And because the way we built this,
Yep.
they're tucked under the bench, so
Yeah.
you can still use the bench.
Well, that's good.
And then we even have rails on the bench. So if you need to work on a car, you can bring it up here. It's at bench height. It's nice and easy. Example of where you can be an inspector.
Yeah.
So now you can watch the rails, and as long as they're fairly, straight or consistent, there's no zigzags left or right that catch you off guard, then the track's still good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's locked in, yeah.
Oh, it's locked in now.
Yep.
Okay.